Hello and welcome to another course preview for the 2023 Northern Illinois Open. This is the Fel Pro Uppers layout. We will be playing this layout for the MPO, MP40, MA40, and MA1 divisions. This event is hosted by Birdbrain Disc Golf, supported by Dellwood Disc Golf, and this course preview is filmed and edited by PT Productions. We're jumping right into it with hole number 1, which is the same as the hole 1 classic Fel Pro layout. 306 feet, par 3, playing uphill. The tall grass on the left side, right side, and beyond the basket will be playing as out of bounds. All out of bounds at Fel Pro will be marked by a painted line on the ground and flags for visual effect off the tee. Hole 2 at Fel Pro is a 324-foot par 3, playing downhill with tall grass on the left and right-hand side playing as out of bounds. On or over the concrete path long is also out of bounds on hole 2. Hole number 3 is a 315-foot wooded par 3. There's no out of bounds to speak of on hole 3, however, it is still quite a challenging hole. I want to take this opportunity to give a big shout out and thank you to our main sponsor of the event this year, West Suburban Restoration, as well as a shout out to our silver level sponsor, Castle Chiropractic. Thank you both for your support of the event. Hole 4 at Fel Pro is a 243-foot par 3 playing slightly uphill. There's no out of bounds to mention on hole number 4. Hole 5 is a 310-foot par 3 playing downhill through the trees. The only out of bounds on hole number 5 is on or over the walking path long of the pin. After players play hole 5 of this layout, they will be turning to the right to play 3 temporary holes of this layout known as A, B, and C. Hole A is teeing off just next to the bench on the walking path, playing uphill and to the left. This hole goes up and through this wooded gap that the drone is approaching at this moment out into an open clearing. It is about 296 feet, and the only out of bounds to speak of is any concrete surfaces completely surrounded. Hole B is a 440-foot downhill par 3. The only out of bounds to speak of is any concrete surfaces completely surrounded and the left-hand side painted and flagged line separating B and C. The sand volleyball court plays as a hazard. If inside the area, play with a 1-stroke penalty and play where it lies. Hole C is a 509-foot par 4 with out of bounds lining the left-hand side. The 2 trees that you see in front of you right now on the screen are a double mandatory. Discs must cross through the double mandatory, and if not, there will be a drop zone that you will proceed to with a 1-stroke penalty. On or over the walking path is also out of bounds on hole C. Hole 6 will be the first of 2 combined holes in the Uppers layout. We'll be playing to hole 7's basket, and this is a 529-foot par 4. The entirety of the tall grass area that you see now will be playing as out of bounds. The right-hand side woods line is in bounds. All out of bounds will be played normal rules, where you will take your next lie from the last point in bounds with a 1-stroke penalty if your shot goes OB. Hole 8 is a 252-foot wooded par 3. This hole moves slightly to the left as changed in the last recent year or so. The only out of bounds to mention for hole 8 is on or over the walking path to the left-hand side. Hole number 9 at Fel Pro Disc Golf Course is a 272-foot par 3. This hole has a unique shape off of the tee, resulting in a very challenging birdie. However, there is no out of bounds to speak of on this hole. Hole number 10 at Fel Pro is 315 feet and is a par 3. The hole moves slightly uphill for the first 50% and then tapers back down to a pretty flat landing. There's no out of bounds on hole number 10, although there is plenty of natural OB off of the fairway. Hole 11 will be our second of 2 combined holes. This will be playing from 11's tee to 12's basket. This par 4 is approximately 500 feet and winds through a series of tight gaps in trees, ultimately curling and doglegging off to the left before you see hole 12's pin. This is 11's pin that we're flying past now, ultimately resulting in the main fairway of 12 and approaching the basket of 12. There's no out of bounds for hole number 11 to 12's pin. Hole 13 is a 475-foot par 4. This hole is a dogleg right, pretty much the exact opposite of the hole that we just played from 11 to 12. This hole travels for about 225 feet straight off the tee before it tapers directly 90 degrees right for another 245 or so. The out of bounds on hole 13 will be the gravel parking lot off to the left side of the basket. Hole number 14 is a 294-foot par 3. This hole will be playing as an island hole. If drives do not come to rest inside of the island, players will proceed to the drop zone with a 1 throw penalty. Normal OB rules apply to any subsequent shots after the tee shot. Hole 15 is a slightly downhill 330-foot par 3. There's no out of bounds on hole number 15. However, similarly to hole 10, there's plenty of natural OB on both sides of the fairway. Hole 16 is a unique par 3 at 309 feet, starting with a short uphill beginning and then ultimately finishing downhill. Players will not be able to see the basket off the tee. The right-hand side tall grass will be playing as out of bounds as well as on or over the sidewalk long. The tall grass and wood line on the left is not out of bounds for hole number 16. Hole number 17 will not be used for the Fel Pro Uppers layout. Please proceed to hole number 18 after playing hole 16. Finally, hole number 18 at Fel Pro Disc Golf Course is arguably one of the signature holes out here. It's 379 feet playing pretty downhill. The tall grass on both the left-hand and right-hand side will play out of bounds, as well as on or over the concrete path long. I want to thank you for tuning in to this course preview for the Fel Pro Uppers layout. If you are playing the event, best of luck, and I really hope you enjoy your time at the Northern Illinois Open.